That's cool. Okay, I actually kind of do want to try one thing. I kind of want to see if bottles is working. Um, just kind of want to see if it works, but maybe. Oops, hold on. Give me a sec here. All right, we'll mess with that another time. What I do want to do is make sure my sound's working. Sick. Sound is working. Text a happy camper. Let's go desktop 3. We're going to open up Sea Lion. So I got my sound working today somehow. I don't really understand it, but it is working. And then let's make a new split here, I guess. So hold on. Like this. Nope, let's try it again. Cool. I was pretty sure I did add some stuff here, which I don't see here. Which to me means I need to push. Okay. I'm trying to use my... I did make some commits. Trying to use my Linux a bit more. Just like a little bit at least every day. And, you know, kind of polish out some of the things that, you know, workflow wise aren't working for me. There we go. But at the same time, I need to get stuff done, so I keep going back to the Mac. Okay, so let's go here. Save. What changed here? Discard. Cool. Here we go. That's my changes. Whoopsie daisy. Yep, that's the change I was looking for. Cool. So that can just be there. That's actually fine. This is actually all fine. What's going on here? Maybe. Oh, I see. Yeah, there we go. That's good. That's good. Or move it to the right. There we go. No. Actually, where I had it was good. Cool. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna focus on that saving thing that we were looking at before. Oh, 2 and 3 are over here, so let's make 4 over here. And then what I'm gonna do is start this sucker up. And what we're gonna do is spend a little bit of time looking at adding, tracking what was done on what day. I don't think I'm gonna put the amount of time I worked on something. Because time stuff might be annoying to deal with, but what I might do, what I might consider doing, oh, I see what's going on here. That also makes sense. Just make one window, throw this onto 4. Whoopsie daisy. Oh, because I hit 3. Oh, now I put it on 4. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Oh, because I'm still on. I got you. Still trying to get used to using the windowing manager here, which is the other reason, another reason why I want to use Linux more. So what's that program called? Figma. Figma. We're just going to open Figma. I'm going to bring Figma over here in a second. I just want to open up the proper project here. Now we can bring it over. Boom. Oh, you know what? I can just move the entire workspace over to the next screen, right? No? Am I crazy? There is a way to do it. I made a move focused window. Oh. Oh, that's lovely. And then I did another one for moving to desktops. How did I do that? Why is this red? Move tiling windows via drag and drop by left clicking onto the title bar. Okay. Move focused window. Yep. Oh, you know it's funny? Moves the container mod control, right? These I added, but let's also change mod control, right? Oops, L and H. Oops. Mod control. Oops. Oh, you know why it's not working? Because I gotta reload the config. There we go. Oh my god, it's so much easier when I use HJKL. Okay, there we go. Oh my gosh, how confusing was that? Mega confusing. Okay, so what are we gonna do here? Task completion. We brainstormed it yesterday. Well, we'll do a little bit of brainstorming here too. Let me go get. I use the bathroom. Sorry, this took so long to get set up. So I'm gonna use the bathroom. I'm gonna grab a drink. We're gonna come back and we're gonna do some focus time here. I will be right back, guys. Okay. Hmm. Nice. Okay, we're gonna brainstorm this task completion. Let's go here. Let's look at what we got. Kind of nail these screens a bit. I don't know why this is gray. It's a little bit distracting that this is being gray. So we're gonna make this not gray. Where the heck does the color even come from? Hello? Huh? It's like definitely coming from the layout, but how come I don't have controls here for things? Oops. Okay, there's a fill here. This frame. Oh, there we go. I don't know why that wasn't showing up before. Okay, there we go. And there we go. It's an iteration called block. Is it block? Let me go here real quick. Shift F10. I need to change that button. Control Shift R is replace. And R. This. Can I do Alt R? Yeah, why not just Alt R? See if I can change that real fast. Map. Whatever. Run. All right, Shift F10. Oh, my bad. Yeah, Shift F10. That's even worse. You got me pressing all different buttons here. It's Alt and R. Run debug. Because I use that command so much. Oh, that felt so good. See? Amazing. Okay. Oops. Oops. Also, I use control for this. I feel like alt would have been better. Why didn't I use alt? We're going to change that too. I'm going to add this here. I'm going to add this other task over here. Use alt instead of control for shortcut keys. Yeah. Oh, so much better. I guess the problem is that control maps to command on Mac. So command feels better on the Mac. But on PC, we have this other problem. So maybe what I need to do is investigate if there's a way to do the other thing. One Pomodori completed. Okay. I just wanted to see kind of what we have here in comparison to what we're aiming to do. So let's move this over to 4. So we can kind of compare my current UI with my goal. Let's see what's missing. So task name is not here. We need to put the task name here. And I think also right now I'm sort of passing strings around. We might need to kick this to the next level and pass around some kind of object that manages tasks. So we might have to build out some models. It's going to be a little bit more complicated, but I think that'll be better because there'll be one central place where all the tasks are being managed, like whatever the current task is. And it doesn't have to hold like a whole bunch of stuff. It could just be like literally just holding the one task. That might be better. And we could pass around a reference to this thing that knows what the current task is, and it can change like a task manager, and it'll be able to switch the active task and all that good stuff. That might be what we need to do right now, actually, is build a task manager that can have a list of tasks and like a whole data model for it. And then the idea there being, I mean, even if those tasks were just theoretically strings for right now, that would still probably be better than what I have. Because then we could add, and then we can actually do split task. I think that's going to be a requirement to be able to have a split task button, because we're going to have to be able to change that list of tasks and basically rename one of them. Or create child tasks. Actually, what does split task mean? If we need to split one thing into multiple parts, the only thing it really means is creating more tasks. And then theoretically, when it's basically creating subtasks. And then when the subtasks are completed, then the parent task is completed. Which would create some like maybe tree structure. So we could use a tree. That could be kind of neat. But that's fine. Okay. So start next and chill. I see. Time's up. But that's different than what I have now. What I have now is start next, which starts a new timer. Continue working, in this case, implies that we're going to continue working on the current thing. Oh yeah, here we go. So this is what I decided to do. Change this to I need more time and I'm done. So this could be, for example, we go in here, we could be like, are you done? uh, uh, are we not hugging? Oh, we can ungroup this. Oh, no, 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 no. It's the opposite of what I wanted to do. Ungroup is control backspace. Okay. Right. Now, what's something else that I could do to make this a little bit better? Like maybe in here. Let me go here real quick. I guess I can go to master main component, go to Control Alt Shift K. Oh, Control Alt Shift K. Wait, Control, that's like literally every button. Right? Am I crazy? Control Alt Shift and then K. It's not doing anything. You lied to me. Huh? Oh. Wait, what? Main component. Wacky. So what we can do in here in this button is we can add a new, I'll just add another text field. And then we're going to change this layout to go across. This one's going to be an icon. So we'll use, I don't know how I'm going to do this yet, by the way, in Qt, but we'll work that out. I'm pretty sure it's fairly flexible that we could put icons. We can at least put an icon in the button for sure. Is it going to look good? That's a whole other question. Font awesome is what we want. We want font awesome 6 free. This has to switch to solid, otherwise we don't get our icons. And then we're going to change the text here to check. And then what we're actually going to do is make this a freaking, wait, how do we do this? Properties, text, we call icon. And then this thing, properties and button, icon. And now it doesn't take any space, right? No, it does. So what I want to do, I want to add something for visibility. I don't remember how to do that. Right. Position layout appearance. Ah, here we go. No variables or properties available. Okay. It might not be super slick. I might have to do a Boolean. Call it has icon. And then go here. Has icon. And then if I go here, I can set this to, yeah. Right. That's fine. All right, so then we can go here. Go here. Has icon. I don't know why I defaulted to that text. We might have to have a conversation about that. Let's go back to the main component. And let's talk about that. Why is your default text something wacky when I told you not to make it anything? Yeah, it should be blank. I don't know. Whatever. Not important. Just go here and close. Let's go like that. Wow, it is getting chilly in here. I was like, why is it so cold in here? I checked the thermostat. It was on 66. That's crazy, dude. I thought I was going nuts. The thing is, I was like perfectly fine until I went to the bathroom. I think sometimes my thermostat changes on its own for some reason. Don't know why. It just happens. Now let's also investigate real quick. How can we do this? Let's go here, and we're gonna say Qt check icon push button. We're gonna try using tab interface. Only we pushed the wrong button. So how do we make this tab? What the heck did I just press? Ah, oh, son of a bitch. There we go. Oh, that's stacked. Nope. That's full screen. There we go. That's cool. I want to practice using I want to practice using tabs. Okay. Const Q icon. Instructs a push button with an icon and text and a parent. Not that you can pass a QPixMap object as an icon. So we got to look at Q icon. I vaguely remember this. Needs a file name. I don't remember how to do, there's like I think there's like a Q resource file or something. I don't remember how to do it off the top of my head. Creating an icon from a theme or icon library. The most convenient way to construct an icon is using from theme factory function. Qt implements access to the native icon library platforms. Oh, that support the free desktop icon theme specification. That's kind of cool. Applications can use the same theming specifications to provide their own icon library. Oh, cool. Oh, sick. So maybe I don't have to make anything. Since Qt9, Qt can generate icons from named glyphs in an available icon set. Like edit, undo. On Android, wait, hold on. Qt can for on Android, okay. Native, oh, also provides access to the native icon library in macOS, iOS. That's interesting. Windows, Android. Ah, no Linux. Okay. Icon. The icon font could be installed in the system. Q icon from theme. This from theme is very interesting to me. The current icon theme. So how do I get these? Like this Q icon. Q icon. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is a list of them. Cool. What do we have? Document new. What I'm looking for. Save as edit. Come on, give me a check. No. Check spelling. No. Window close. There's no check mark. Or maybe it's success. Q icon, theme icon, check mark. This will look for an icon. Oh, you can provide a fallback icon. That's actually kind of cool. Check spelling. Come on. Well, look, I don't have to solve this problem right now. Let's worry about the implementation details first, and then we'll make it look pretty later. So I think this is what we'll go with. Take a break. We'll start the next timer, which will be a break. Right. And then I need to somehow add logic to put in a break. And I don't actually remember how this works. Let's look up Pomodoro technique. It's only a Windows app. This Windows app looks like it was made in Java, number one. 100% this was made in Java. So why is it only a Windows app? Yeah, there it is, installed Java. Why is it only a Windows app? Couldn't tell you. And as a jar file, so it's probably not just a Windows app. But that does also remind me that Java is a potential, you know, like we can write GUI apps in Java theoretically. Like I'm doing this in Qt. I decided to do this in Qt for some reason because I like Qt. But I forgot that Java does have a GUI that you can do desktop stuff. Let's go into the details. Technique book. This is too much work. Too much reading. Start here. 25-minute bursts. You only need our Pomodoro sheets. Actually, this investigation might be good. What in the heck? Pomodoro weekly process. Okay. I don't know. Pomodoro sheet. The due today sheet and the record sheet. Because this will actually, if we follow the technique, then this is like documentation that I don't need to write. You know what I'm saying? So I might do this for my next task. Look into how they track it. Pomodoro Planner. Yeah, and then they just count the number of sessions. Interesting. Is my sound broken again? God damn. Why is my sound broken again? See, this is not helpful. What was it called? Palava? Pavu control. This is how I fixed it last time. It went haywire on me. Ah, port speakers. I actually don't even know. Now there's no sound at all. Ugh. PACTL show list short. Show short. Show list short syncs. It claims this one's working. Set default sync. Presumably there's sound playing, but we can't hear it for some reason. Oh wait, I wonder if that's because I switched these things. Deactivate when not showing. That's weird because now it's not even outputting to my audio control. Let's see. Now it's not even outputting to here. Claims that it is. Oh Jesus. That would have blown out the speakers too. See, like it works. My volume control thing works. But there's no... nothing. That's weird. Damn. I have to look this up real quick. Ensure that the module is properly loaded. Huh? This is a problem. Click the camera profile. This is also. Mm-hmm. Oh. This script visits the following files to detect diagnostic information. Tree not found. Huh. We like tree. D message. Read kernel buffer failed. Operation not permitted. Does it need to be root? Pipewire, yes. Jack, installed, yes. Running, no. Sound cards recognized by ALSA. See, it's weird because this Genki one and this NVIDIA one are both showing up. And I don't know which one is supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be outputting to this one. But it's weird because the HDMI is what the Genki's plugged into. Oh no. Wait a sec. The HDMI is the one that we want to output to because that's going to a different device. The Genki is pulling. Okay. Genki's pulling in. The HDMI is sending it out. That's why that was weird. A lot of information that I really don't want to sift through. Oh, D message. That's interesting. Yeah. That doesn't look like anything fishy to me. Of course, if we can't get the sound working, then we're just going to go back to the Mac. But I would like to have sound that works. Output is muted after reboot. Run the following command. Oh, hey. That actually fixed it. Or did it? I mean, it fixed the internal speakers are working now. That's fantastic. GP104 high definition audio controller. That's the HDMI. Yeah, because this is the input, so that makes sense. So like, this should go up every time I'm talking, yeah. This is the microphone. We can mute this. That's the room mic. Hmm. That actually kind of works though. Playback on. Hmm. Volume is too low. Get this script to reset your codec settings. HDMI output does not work. Connect your PC to the display via HDMI cable and enable it with XRander. Oh, that might have been what broke it. That might have been what broke it. Because I reloaded i3. Right? Oops. Plug HW13. Where's this one? Okay, 1.3. I got you. Wait, why does it have more than one HDMI? This is the one. 2,3. Device or resource busy. That's probably the issue. You can quickly test by running speaker test. Pulse audio, which I'm not using. Pipewire pulse is fine. audio capture. Also, oh, there we go. That just works. So we're just going to use that instead of pulse audio. Sorry. Okay, so my microphone's back. Isn't CTO? Okay. But it's not solving my issue. Where did my... Oh. Hmm? Yeah, that was weird. Oh, I see. I see what happened. Okay. So, hmm. It says it's sending it, but I'm not getting anything on the other side. I mean, it could also be that it's sending it. I'm just not getting it for some reason. Does that help? No. I don't think it's getting the sound at all is what's happening. I'm pretty sure. Hmm. What a pain in the butt. Well, you know what? Now that I did that, where is the speaker test? We can try speaker test again. No. And then we can try... What was the other thing I saw? Where did I even see the other thing? Oh, I searched for HDMI. The A play. Device or resource busy. Nice L. So 2-3 is right. If you're using a standalone window manager, you may need to have sound playing while plugging in the HDMI cable. I'm going to try unplugging it. Plugging it back in. See if that does anything. Okay. That obviously is working. And it's way too freaking loud. And I don't appear to be able to change the volume. Don't know why my shortcut keys aren't working. Oh, they're doing this one. I see. Now it'll work. Okay. All right, so I guess that's the secret to the sound. Jesus. Let's take a note. Okay, well that's good. Okay, now we did that. Jeez, I don't even remember what we were doing. Oh, we were looking at this. So that's what we're going to investigate. Just a quick investigation. Investigate official Pomodoro tracking technique. Right? Choose a task. Set your timer 25 minutes. Track your work. Take a 5-minute work break. Repeat. After 4 sessions, take a longer break. Okay, so what we're going to do here. Oh no, I hit the wrong thing. Oh, sick. We know how to fix it now, though. Oh. Sick. Okay. Boom. Boom, bada bing bing. Okay. Also, let me grab that command that I used. That sudo actl restore. Oh, ALSA control. Okay, so let's create a new document. Open tomato. Start formal. Start open. I think this will help. Okay. Technique. 25-minute timer. 5-minute break. 5 minutes. Oh my gosh. 25 minutes work. 5-minute break. And then after 4 cycles, take a long break. And how long is the long break? She probably says it over here somewhere. Oops. Take a longer break. I think the longer break's supposed to be 15 minutes. Let's see, 4 would be 5, 10, 15, 20. Might be a 20-minute break. I don't know how the numbers add up. Ask Google AI. Separated by short 5 minute breaks. The longer 15 to 30-minute breaks after 4. Pomodoro. Okay, that's why I was calling them Pomodori. That makes sense. But yeah, here we go. I was going to make a picture to describe it, but it looks like someone else already did that work for me. Whoopsie daisy. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, so one Pomodoro. I got it. So one Pomodoro is actually 30 minutes. That's the secret. Is that right? No. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because what I'm trying to figure out here, this is the confusing thing when I think about it. I think what it means is after we work for 4 times, right? Because you wouldn't take a 5-minute break and then a 20-minute break, right? That makes no sense. So one Pomodoro is not 25 minutes working and then a 5-minute break. It's 25 minutes working. The 5-minute break's not part of it. Then every 4, it would be every 4th break, right? Every 4th break should be a long break, I guess. So it should be like this. So let's make, so 1 is going to be 25 plus 5. 2 is going to be 25 plus 5. 3 is going to be 25 plus 5. 4 is going to be 25 plus 20. Plus, well, 15 to 30, right? So what does this give us? This gives us 3, 6, 9. That gives us an hour and a half. And this is like the 2-hour, almost the 2-hour mark. And then at the 2-hour mark, we would take another break. I think that's the idea. So it's not after 4 cycles, because this would be 1 cycle. It's not after 4 cycles. It's on the 4th cycle. Right? Of about 30 minutes, and they recommend 30. Okay. And then just saying repeat until the task is finished. That's not how it works though. Francesco Cirillo. Okay. Choose a task. Set a timer, 25 minutes. Now this website does what we want to do basically. And their long break is 15 minutes. I'm curious to see what they do. You see, this is kind of cool because they add... Like, I could probably just use this. And it's like estimating the Pomodoro's ad project. Premium users only. Oh. You can pay for this? Add more than 3 templates. See yearly report. Yeah, see, everybody wants you to pay for this stuff, and they all want you to pay subscriptions. Okay, well... I see. So I think that's it. The fourth break. The fourth break is the long break. That's it. So every 4 breaks is a long break. Some people say 15 minutes. Some people are saying 30 minutes. So let's see how this time adds up. 5, 10, 15. So if I do 15 here, that'll make up 30. That'll make it a whole even block. So I think 15 is kind of a better choice. But it could be 30. So then what do I do? 5, 10, 15, because this is 3, 6, 9. 3, 6, 9. And then what's 25 plus 15 is 30, is 40. So 9 plus 40 is 9 plus 4. No. So 130 minutes. Which is a little bit, it's like an hour and 10 minutes, right? That's fine. Okay. Now what we really want to do is get that intake form. What are these? How do they get it? How do they do lists? So this is kind of cool. And reflection. Looks like everyone's got their own ways of doing things. What currency is this? Main task of the week. Task of secondary importance. Okay. Mm. Yeah, they're writing it like 4 and then a break. I don't know. So, in that case, instead of doing a 15-minute break, I'll make it a 20-minute break. Right? That make any sense? Hold on. No, I think 15 makes the most sense. It's 25, 369. Oh, because the work session. Right. What's up, Arthur? Because the work session is 25. It's not 30. We could say 25 plus 5, right? 15, 15, 15 is 30. So I guess, hmm, 25 plus 15 is what? It's 40 minutes? That'd be a 40-minute block instead of a 30-minute block. Yeah, 9 plus 4 is 13, yeah. 130 minutes. If I added 5 to make it, does that make it more even? I don't know. It doesn't matter. We'll start with this. So every 4 breaks is a long break, is a good way to think of it. Okay, so let's do some planning. So, and we're going to track tasks. We can track the tasks by the number of iterations we've done on it. It doesn't tell us how much time we spent on it unless we take it to the next level. All right, so let's talk about tasks. So how do we want tasks to work? Um, you know, basically, I'm just going to write it as a struct, but it's not necessarily going to be a struct. Task name. Right, task name and finished at. And we could track the number of cycles worked on it. Or we could track the number of minutes worked on it. You don't have to track the numbers because my timer isn't necessarily tomatoes. So usually we track tasks by number of almost worked, which are usually 25-minute intervals. Since we want to allow custom timers, times, right? So we will count minutes. So this could be right. So it would look something like this in the basic nutshell, right? I'll just write it as a struct, but we'll make it probably into a class or something later. I think that's all I need. And then we need a list of tasks. task list. So this can be a class. And C++ should have a semicolon here, but we don't really care. Okay, and then this is going to be task list, right? And it's going to have like a queue list of tasks. I think queue list is a thing. I'm not 100% sure. It might need to be a specific type, but that's fine. We'll figure that out when we get there. Then we'll have an integer like block number. This will be the current block number we are on. And then the list of the tasks. We'll have something that's like task, current task. Might be like that. I'm trying to figure out, right? Like I don't think we need to create the task necessarily on the heap, but we want to be able to reference the task. So this, that way when we get current task, it'll reference something in here. Actually, does that even matter? Because that could also be copied. Right, because it's either like a const like this, or and then this would have other methods, right? So like we'll flesh this out a bit. I feel like it'll have like void add. Remove, and then how do we remove? If we want to remove, if we remove at with an integer. Oh, I see. Ah, okay. So right. So what else do we have to manage? We have to manage completion. So what we really need is we need two lists. I mean, we don't need two lists. We could have one list, and then we can have functions that filter out the lists instead of mutating the lists. Is there an advantage of one of these things versus the other? Like we can have one giant list of every task, and then when you want to know like to do versus completed, then you need to filter them. Or we can maintain them as two separate lists. And then we would have to do. And then this would be, probably don't need like this. And then this would be I think it's easier to just have one list and just filter it. All right, and then what we would have here is queue list. I think that's basically it. No, no, no. So what else do we need to do? So we're adding, we're removing. Let's also say void. Oh, this creates a whole bunch of problems. Because if we want to track this other information, now we need, like before I was just tracking a list of strings. Now we need to track more information. I mean, it can still be a very easy file format. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. But still kind of a pain in the neck. Things are expanding and exploding in my head. This is good stuff, though. Right, I think this is just going to be a data structure. So we'll probably have like task list. Yeah, no, I think we'll just have to construct them dynamically. Like I was thinking it'd be cool if we could just pass it something. But if it needs all of this information for tasks, then we kind of have to have this. So add, remove, at, and I'll take a look at the whatever the underlying data structure method names are for adding and removing, make sure it's like consistent. And then what we can do is have like a complete at is a little bit remove index, complete index is a little bit more specific. So add, remove, and complete. Those are the only things, really. And then block number, right? Block number, so mutating, getting information, this can be down here. So current task. So where am I going to track Where am I going to track whether we're on a break or whether we're working? It's not really a task list thing. Task list is just tasks. I guess the main window can manage that for us. You know, I don't really have like a controller per se. I could. But then if I have this needs a file format, right? Saving tasks. How do we save tasks? We can just use text. And we can do something like task name, minutes worked, finished at. Oh, right. The problem with this format is that it doesn't let us I'm just going to write down some ideas, right? Start next. So what we're going to do now, this is done. I'm going to say spec tasks. And that's what we're going to work on. What we're doing now, basically. So what we're going to say here, text format. Or we could say JSON. Probably is the best. Then we can say we have like a list. Well, we can go like then this can let us organize them into projects, which we can have like another thing called a project, right? Which could be kind of cool. Also over here we can do, and if we do have a parent, now it has to be a reference type. All right. Okay. So another thing is, right, project, tasks. We could also put a version in here. And here we would have name. This is more complicated, but I'm liking this a little bit better because it's feeling more flexible. Could be JSON, it could be YAML. I think those are pretty good. Either that or we might want like an SQLite database. Might be good. So name, minutes worked. Each block's what, 25? All right. We could have that, but that seems kind of silly. Or we could just say I don't know, something like that. Oh, this would be a string. All right, again, SQLite makes it a little bit more complicated. So I might want to start out with something simple like this or JSON. Or another text format could be is this Obsidian? Yeah, this is Obsidian. What's up, Cosmic Felon? Task name. This task name could be an escaped string. And then minutes worked. Finished at. That's like the easiest thing to do. My issue with SQLite is that now we're introducing some asynchronous programming here for like no reason. I mean, not for no reason. I think it's good for bigger things, but then databases are just, I don't know, more annoying to deal with. I might keep it like this for now. Yeah, I might just keep it. Might just keep it as one of these for now. Like we can try this one first because it seems pretty stupid and simple to do. And it seems like the files will be really tiny. This, I guess, is just like a little bit bigger. It's like just a few extra characters difference. Probably not that big a deal. But parsing wise, it seems a little bit more complicated. So I guess let's put an example. Spec file format. And then if it's not done yet, what do we write? Right? That's the only problem with this. We need to put something here if it's not finished yet. NA. Well, let's put both things. Right? And then I'm not sure what to put there. I guess I could put it as a string. And then I can, let's take a look at the queue date time documentation. And what we're going to do is look at, there's probably a from string. There is. Returns the queue date time represented by a string using the format given or an invalid date time if this is not possible. What is an invalid date time? It would be great if this was a link that I could click on. Invalid date time. With format set up, it's measuring gaps given. Okay. Doesn't tell me what that means. Invalid. Like if it's a sentinel value, if it's something that I can check for, that'd be great. Oh, an empty string will be returned. Okay. Let me search invalid. Uh, is it like a Boolean? Oh, is valid. Bam. Sick. Okay. See, that's what I was hoping to find. Okay, is valid. So we can just straight up parse it with queue date time and have them figure it out. And they'll be like, oh, we don't know what this is. And then we'll just say is valid. Returns true if this is otherwise false. Cool. So in here, you can just say unfinished, right? Or not done. And then in this, it would look like name, some unfinished task, minutes worked. And that's it. There wouldn't be a completed app. It would just be null. So let's look here real quick. Qt6 load JSON file. It's probably something really trivial to do. You can use QFile to read it into a QByte array, and then you parse it into a QJSON document. JSON support. Qt provides support for dealing with JSON data. Do you have an example? What's CBOR? CBOR is a binary format to store data that has a superset of types available in JSON, but is more compact. That sounds super cool. I also considered doing some kind of binary file format, but I was like, I don't know if there's much purpose in that. I want an example though. Like, show me some example code, please. JSON document sample. QJSON object root. Okay. This feels a bit like the JSON objects in Objective-C. Oh, it's SKI. How do I load JSON using Qt6? If doc is array, load JSON document. Yeah, so you have to write some like custom parsing basically. For very large JSON, you'll need a different approach. Okay. So we're going to go with simple. And we're just going to go. We're going to go with simple, and we're going to go with a text file. All right, something like this. Version number. Version number. Project name. And then tasks. I think that's best for now because this is very easy to work with. Just want something simple for now. Like this is great, but it's like kind of overkill. This is simple enough. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's do this. So what do we need to do first? Time's up and chill. This is the UI. So what I could do for now is I can make this continue working. Wait, are you done? I shouldn't say take a break. Oh, I see what happened here. It reverted my changes. Are you done? No. Yes. Yeah, I think I like this better. I'm done. I need more time. I think I like that better. I think I like that better. Or this can just be next. Next task. It's not an action though. Start next task. It would be take a break though. Wouldn't be start next task. But this is confusing. If you need more time. Yeah, either way it brings you to the same UI. I need more time, start task. That's pretty much it, right? Time is it? We've been doing this for 2 hours. I need to eat. I need to eat food. So after this, I'm going to cook something. Yes. What the heck am I going to cook? Oh, okay. I'll make some fish. There's other stuff I want to cook is going to take too long. In about 6 minutes, we're going to wrap up. I'll be back later though. We worked on we got a bunch of stuff done today. It doesn't feel like much because I didn't write a whole lot of code. I didn't write any code yet. But that's why we're planning things out, because we don't want to have to rewrite a lot of code. Start next task is a lie because you're not starting the next task. Finish, or I need more time. Problem is it represents two different things. It's finish and take a break. If we want finish or complete. I think whatever. I'm not gonna worry over the verbiage right now. I think this is good. So let's change the UI to match this. And so we'll do the UI first, and then we'll do the tasking things. Because the task abstraction is maybe going to help us work our way into tracking things. Now, where do I track down my main window? Window started. Time ended. You can call them Pomodori. I'm okay with that. I had the number somewhere. Like, that's a thing. So hold on a sec. In my view layout, like, where does that number come from? Yeah, there it is. Task name with Pomodoro count. Pomodoro count. This is on main. Oh, this is on main window. Oh, I overlooked it. That's fine. Pomodoro count. If we wanted to, and maybe we will, I might break this off into a controller. Because let's look at what main window is doing. We just might pop this into a controller and delegate everything. I don't think there's a ton of code in here. Most of the code is UI. Like, so almost all the code in here is UI. But on the other hand, right, that might just be a better reason to put things into a controller. And just make a controller. So I think I'm going to do that too. Right, because we're starting to add more logic now. Whereas before this, there wasn't really a ton of logic in here. So we'll make a controller. Main window controller. Store logic, or I could just do main window logic. Wow! Take. There we go. Whoa. I can just call it main window logic. I do like the name controller, but I also like the name logic. Like controller's more a conventional name, but things get conflated in controllers. Logic is more like, oh, well, the logic goes in here. Oh, I did it again. Extract logic into a new class. And then this is going to have the right, the Pomodoro count. This is going to have the task list. All right, this is going to have all the stuff. Because eventually I might, just for fun, I am kind of curious in making like a curses UI for this. So like command line. I thought it could be kind of cool. And then this would have like, oh, actually, so maybe task list. I had current task name. I had current task over here, but maybe current task, that's not really, that shouldn't really be in here. Yeah, that shouldn't be in here. Take that out. This is just a data structure. Block number, to-do list. So actually the block number comes out too. And then this just becomes a list of these things. I see. I'm thinking what the purpose of this is. It might just be able to be a list. I think QList is a thing. I might have made it up. Might be an abstraction over other types of lists. I don't care, but whatever. Because maybe what I do, if I have a logic class, that gives me a place to put the count and the tasks. And then this task list becomes less needed, right? That actually becomes, I think, totally unneeded. All of this stuff would go into here. Main window logic. I need to think about that more. Pros and cons of task lists versus main window logic. Like what makes sense? And actually, maybe main window logic would just be called Pomodoro logic. Because maybe we can pass this around to a couple different places. Because my first idea was to have like pass around the list, right? And then it has like list filtering for us, which is great. But if it's just a light wrapper around QList, maybe there's no point to do that. And we just put everything in here. Well, but I'm trying to think, is there a reason why I need this to be everywhere? My original thought was, well, okay, if we have a reference to, if my other screens have a reference to the list, they can all query the list directly to get the current information, right? But do they need that? I don't know. I'll think about it. I'm getting hungry, so that's why this is not very productive to think about right now. I will be back later, guys.